Ni hao ma. Hello everybody. William here again. I apologize for it being really dark, but we're gonna have a little walk. Enjoy Sichuan by night, I guess. Chongqing by night. Oh wait, before we go anywhere, I wanna start the whole thing with this. That is a set of vending machines that sell sex toys. You see those all over the place, actually. But I haven't put anything up for 4 weeks now. And the simple reason why is I haven't done anything in 4 weeks. It is the middle of spring break here in Sichuan. In China in general, actually. So I'm on break. I'm on vacation, technically. Almost all the other teachers at my university have gone home. I have not, because I don't have enough money to. And I wouldn't if I had the money to anyway. Frog. I wouldn't because it would basically wipe out all the money I've saved. Actually, technically, I do have enough money to go home if I wanted to for break, but I would literally come back to China and be penniless. It'll be it'll be almost the end of the year before I recoup the money I've spent getting here, and I think I might have $400 or $600 left at the end of the year at the rate I'm going, which is fine. If I choose to stay another year, I will make good money second year. Once I paid for getting here, my laptop, all that stuff. But I haven't done anything during the first half of my spring break. I now have about 26 days left on summer break. I haven't done anything for a very good reason. And to kind of give that reason, I'm going to kind of, it's not a story, I guess it's an anecdote. No, it's not an anecdote, that's the wrong word. When you go to another country to teach English, or do anything really, when you talk to people back home, they always ask, "Oh, how are you enjoying it there? How do you like China? How are you enjoying yourself?" Unfortunately, the answer to that question right now, wow, that is a loud cicada. That's actually probably a bird of some sort. No, that's probably a cicada. I'm actually probably right. The answer to that question, unfortunately, is that I am not enjoying myself right now. I am not enjoying China at the moment. And when you say that, it's really unfortunate because it makes me sound like I'm going, oh, I don't like it here, this place sucks. And that's not the case. I like China. I mean, I like the people, I like my job, I like my university, even though they are terribly disorganized. I like the people I work with, I like my students. But unfortunately, I actually don't have any of that right now. I just have break time. And if I were traveling around being a tourist right now, I might enjoy it. But I'm not doing that right now. And I more or less cannot. It has been between 98 and 111 degrees consistently for the last 4.5 weeks. even if I did not have medical issues, I would not travel in this weather. I wouldn't do it. When you use buses and trains here in China, they usually have air conditioning. But if they did not, I couldn't use them. It wouldn't work. Even with air conditioning, the sun would keep me from traveling right now. With my medical problems, it's not going to happen. I would literally be sick the vast majority of the time that I was trying to move around. The last 4 weeks of my break, I'm going to try really hard to do some touristy stuff, even if it's just go to the zoo. But I'm probably going to get sick when I do it. So it's probably a wasted effort. It is 2 a.m. right now. And it is still well into the 90s here, and in the 70% humidity. The only reason I am walking right now is because there's no sun, and because I'm gonna come out of my skin if I don't get out of my damn apartment. And there's no real effective way in China to travel and avoid the heat. You can't do it. Even if you're going to use high-speed rail, you have to go between stations. If I were younger, no, that makes me sound like I'm old. I'm not. I'm 33. I'm quite young. If this were a few years ago, and I didn't have post-traumatic neuralgia and maybe trigeminal neuralgia, definitely Ramsay Hunt, definitely Bell palsy, I could probably work around the heat. But as of, a year or two ago, no. Would not work. Chongqing is really famous for being hot because it's got continental weather, like Kansas. It gets that hot during the summer. It never really gets cold here. I love that the people here complain about the cold in the winter. It doesn't really get that cold here. And the humidity here is absolutely brutal, although I much prefer wet heat over dry heat. Dry heat will give me nosebleeds constantly. So that's how I'm doing right now. That doesn't sound great. And it's not. I'm not enjoying myself right now, but that is not China's fault. I could be in the United States right now, in a city working with this weather, and I would hate it. I would hate it a little less because, of course, it wouldn't be compounding issues you have just from being in another country. There wouldn't be a language gap. You wouldn't feel quite as isolated. Like I said, I want to really be enjoying myself right now, but I'm just, I'm not. Before summer break, I was actually giving serious consideration to just going home at the end of at January, because I may actually have something to do back home at that point. But this summer has almost convinced me not to. I'm actually not enjoying myself to such an extent that I don't want to go home now, because it would be like being defeated. I want to enjoy China so much, and I feel like this is not China's fault, it's just the weather, to the extent that I almost want to stay at least one extra year, but if I do that, I'm definitely going north. Unfortunately, I had a discussion where, well, it wasn't unfortunately, he understood, he knew what I was talking about. One of my students, not long ago, we went out, grabbed something to eat, had a polite conversation, all that, and he asked, so what do you think of Chongqing? What do you think of China? I told him, I love the people here. I love the students. I love teaching here. I think between my experience in Japan and China, I definitely enjoy Chinese people more than Japanese people. That's not a slight against Japanese people. I like them fine. But Chinese people are much warmer, much friendlier, kind of funner too. A lot of that probably has to do with the people I'm interacting with. I'm interacting with young adults in my job here. But I definitely like Japan better as a geographic area. Air quality is better. I could drink the water. And the weather. I mean, I was in a hot part of Japan, and it was not anything comparative to this. I would never willingly work in Chongqing, given the option again. In retrospect, I wish I'd have picked something farther north. If I stay, I'm not just going north. I'm going to like Harbin. I'm going to go freeze. The Chinese version of Alaska. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna end this video here. Thanks for watching. I'll probably make another video while I'm walking, but I'll talk about something different. Thanks for watching.